刚刚开始。
In the bottom left side, we got from Team Mouse Esports. It is Hero Marine.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have the South Korean Zerg player from Onside Gaming. It is.
到时候就这么教黄哥就好了。到时候我会把他扔出去的，你们放心好了。今天可能没有时间玩这游戏啊，今天因为比赛非常的长啊。
That is great. Okay, all right. I mean, I'm impressed. I'm very curious to see how this is going to be pulled off against Solar. Solar is an absolutely phenomenal player. I don't know why in my mind it just feels like I've seen more games of him where he does.
对啊，两个人就是石头是人控制的呀，就这样子啊。
Early game aggression. Like I'm thinking mostly about the depths.
那跳嘛就可以了呀，他妈的会跳就好了。我要把那个跳的按键变成空格键，这样比较舒服一点。
Likewise, when it comes to the Korean Zerg players, I don't know why, but I've seen Solar die to like cheese a lot more.
好了，我们来看败者组的比赛，Solar 对河马。
Sometimes we have a little bit of a lapse in judgment in the early game, but I would hope that he can react and respond well to this. The initial Overlord should be scouting the 2 racks, but as we saw in the last game, it's about the follow-up, right? Like, for all Solar knows, Hero Marine could be throwing down a 3rd racks like he did before and just going mass Reaper, or going for something else.
死神开局。
I do really feel for
这一场应该会打的稍微的久那么一点，因为 Solar 的风格是。就他的风格跟 Dark 有点不一样 ，Solar 的风格是那种很平滑的那种风格，他不会说就有了优势就一波想把你摁死那种，除非优势特别大。然后 Solar 也不会打一波，他永远都是狗毒爆，然后次者狗毒爆，再转型第次。
Might just be overall unit placements, because sometimes Solar does have the units that he needs, but it just still slips away sometimes.
Yeah, we'll see how he does here. The first Reaper has arrived, and he wants that drone. Solar does pull it back just in time, is going to preserve it. But Solar's going for a greedy variation here. Ooh, as Solar
上来出了8条狗，他出8条狗的原因其实是觉得河马可能会3兵营的出死神，所以说上来出8条狗看看情况。如果你就从族判断有没有3兵营出跳死神的唯一的一个说法就是。看你会不会对这个女王下手。如果你对这个女王下手的话，就像这种给压力给的比较多的话，那其实虫族是有点虚的，他就要后面就要持续爆点狗了。如果你没有对女王下手，而是过来进行一个骚扰的话，那就说明人族后续是没有接死神的，基本上就是这样的一个局面。这个时候基本上可以判断后续没有死神了。
They're not gonna get her anytime soon.
Yeah, especially with that first Reaper going down. So Solar has successfully defended, and we can see the follow-up here. It isn't going to be a 2-on-1 or a 3 racks. It's going to be.
你3兵营死神肯定是你要打伤虫族，甚至打死虫族。那你女王你肯定是要第一时间歼灭的一个目标，对吧？一个女王的时候，你有2到3个死神，特别有3个死神的话，你肯定会去跟他进行一个消耗。
Sometimes skip out on the Baneling Nest a little bit longer than they perhaps should if you are going to go for one of those massive pushes. But Solar is aware of the barracks count, at least, you know, at the front door.
好，死神解决完之后啊，这个套路其实就是避晕的这套战术，就是3兵营，然后针对。然后到时候针对好了之后出来走一波。
Not yet. So
他这个几兵营啊，3兵营还是4兵营
？As we can see, if you remember,
他针对一起升的应该是个4兵营啊，4兵营走一波。
From here, Marine. This time, as you were saying, Solar, he hasn't seen the additional
避晕的真的是害人呐，真的是。
It still makes sense that it would be a 2-on-1 from what he's seen so far. So he still hasn't been able to piece it together, but he does at least have a safety Baneling Nest on the way.
Solar 打这种太有经验了，妈个一看你这种大牙都笑掉了。那学避晕，好学不学避晕是吧？ 我让你学啊，狗爆满，变几个毒爆，等你来，你只要上军毯，狗毒爆带女王一起过来包你。这一波部队只要正面这波枪这波枪兵被包掉，哎有经验，看到没？这有经验。他打这个打避兵打太多了，太熟悉了。来嘛，稍微拖一拖。狗其实是不够的这波数量，农民补的有点多，要等毒爆。好，毒爆来了，狗后续也来了，这波部队感觉要被包。完了，什么都没打到。
You're not wrong. Even without the Bailings, that's dangerous because the Bailings survive. Solo's going for a counter.
这种就是士兵先往前走一波的这种打法。他这种士兵前期有那么多的枪兵，他哪来运输机啊？
Yeah, that was super tight defense right there. A good solid economy behind this. This is a wonderful position here for Solar, isn't it?
这个局面，Solar已经上来已经大优了，兵力优势、经济优势，对吧？四矿也开起来了。科技其实也不慢，因为这个四兵营的话，科技本身来说，人族科技是很慢的。
Yeah, I mean, if you do have this amount of bases, there's a lot of places you can take damage at as well. It's a weird thing, but it is still an advantage that Hero Marine has right now.
他河马这种枪兵，这种一坨的枪兵怎么敢出门的？我是看都看不懂，又没有运输机，对吧？第一波被包了，对面还有那么多的小狗毒包，你他妈的你。他就强行靠你没军毯，要包，好了又没了。我都不明白他为什么敢出门。你妈四兵营的这个枪兵难道就感觉就那么有自信吗？
It was a little bit offbeat enough time, so maybe he was hoping to catch Solo off guard, but Solo was more than ready for that.
Yeah, it's a bit like he's trying to rush this game, perhaps in a way.
Yeah, or at least I mean, he knows that he's in a really rough position.
这局面本来是优势，现在已经是妈的一个盛世了。你就这么小猫2-3只，如果刚才那波枪兵在这里的话，那你还可能有一些压制力。那2船兵都没有，你有什么好压的嘛？那毒爆比枪兵都多。好了，坦克再送。
Oh no, that's terrible. This is getting worse and worse each time something happens with anything regarding a fight for Hero. It feels like
it's just the domino effect, right? It's like he's just been losing too much. He's been bleeding out too many Marines over the course of this game, and that means these pushes are that much weaker. And Solar, he has full control right now. He's at a healthy workout, 69 drones, nice. And he's working on his upgrades. He's working on an infestation pit as well. Oh my god.
Yep, and here it comes.
他就跟你换农民了呀，直接换农民，不跟你逼逼上你啊！哟，这妈毒爆已经在乱送了，但无所谓了。18个农民，你外面这2船兵没用啊。毒爆也不点，他毒爆也没有这个操作了。不知道什么情况，河马感觉最近就今天这个比赛一看，感觉退步了，没以前强。
You're not wrong. You know, here, Marine, he could end up going for like a big all-in in a sense. He may be forced into that, especially with that without his third-base economy. But we'll see. For the
这
time
个
being,
矿是不可能让你打掉的呀，直接 GG 了。这种就他这种送兵的这种打法，他其实在。没有别的意思，你们不要想太多这种东西。啊，不是右上角。
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Gressvan, we have the South Korean Zerg player for Onside Gaming. It is Solar.
So solid overall. Like I was giving him stuff about the. I was giving him stuff about his earlier game defense, but that looks phenomenal.
什么叫黄哥什么时候走的？他妈的黄哥什么时候走了？黄哥不是在吗？他哪里走了嘛？
Yeah, like here Marine, sorry, Solar, he was cutting quite a lot of corners in the early game. You know, we saw he went for a faster third base than normal, and we saw it was very close how he was able to preserve his queens. We saw multiple of them go down to very little health, but he was able to save them in the end, and that all kind of
永远在心中是吧？没有没有，我没说啊，你们不要乱说好吧？我没说。
Because once again he's going for the low ground 2 racks.
你们这些狗逼，你们居然带节奏。
Not after he's already doing it. I mean, he is very dedicated to it, and if this is what he's been practicing, maybe there's another tournament coming up, and maybe he's just, you know, dedicated himself to only playing these builds right here. That could be the case. That could very well be the case. That could be a tactical play for him, right? Spreading out his chances.
又是你妈这个死神开。 也好也好，哎呀，快一点结束！我们今天看你平台比赛了，妈了个鸡
！Every time we've seen this, we've seen different variations, right? We had the 3 racks Mass Reaper, we had the 2-on-1, and we've also seen the 4 racks as well. So he has been mixing up the transitions.
他这个死神没有太多压迫感。
Yeah, that's fair actually. That is fair. That should definitely be taken into account because that does require quite a bit of work to put all of
这种呢，就想学避晕，但是只掌握了避晕的这个形，没有掌握避晕的神。
Faster third base, his drone is on location, so Solo going for a bit of a greedier response or greedier defense, I should say.
Yep. Well, my payoff for him could be problematic, but seeing how he, well, almost lost a couple of queens there. We might see a queen go down then this time, huh?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. As here Marine is just applying some pressure. Interesting. So he made 3 Reapers. He's making 2 more behind this. So he's working up to 5 Reapers initially.
Oh, okay.
这2下其实炸的这个女王有点难受，因为女王半血了之后再下来保护这个基地，其实压力有点大啊。这个必须等这个狗数好了之后才能上。 如果没狗数的话，你这个女王下去只能说稍微拖延点时间，能不能把这个狗数的时间拖出来？拖出来之后就随便包了。好了，可以包了，狗数已经知道已经有了。这种就你上来5个死神，没有压力重组，对于重组来说，这有什么压力了？
How he manages to get this game going though. It's even more important right now that these Reapers don't die to the Zerglings right now. So him moving back safely, that gives me a bit of hope here.
Definitely. We can see here, Marine, he preserves all of his Reapers. Solar does scout the wall. He sees that his opponent is transitioning, and he confirms Stim on the way, so he knows that, okay...
在这个阶段 ，Solar 农民可以按满啊，他根本就不急。
Solar is still in the dark as to what his opponent is doing.
这死神其实可以不用出门了，我觉得死神待会儿跟着2传兵出来，对吧？万一被包了，你还可以用这个炸弹炸一下，提高点速度空间。
Looking for a bit of a follow-up. We're seeing the stim back. I don't believe we have any engineering bay or anything of the sorts. Yeah, you do want to just kind of secure your own place right now. There are the 2 engineering bays, so he is prioritizing the even greedier play here for Hero Marine, I suppose, over siege tanks or anything like that, right? We don't have Widow Mines, I believe.
再看一眼。
We must have a factory, but it's just not being utilized right now.
Yeah, it's only producing an add-on, I believe. So this is a 3cc 2-1-1 from Hero Marine. There we go. We have Medevacs on the way. This is going to hit later than a regular 2-1-1.
2传兵出门，2传兵出门的话，这个时间点在5分半左右。这个时间点其实对于 Solar 来说，这已经什么都有了。要女王有女王，要狗有狗，要毒爆有毒爆。 军探也铺得非常的开，你这2传兵不知道投在哪里。就现在这种打法，其实对于人族来说，在运营上是吃亏的。 你明显可以感受到人族农民会很少，现在就48个，那重组已经60几个了。4矿也开起来了，来嘛，你随便来，就这种小猫2、3只。这个就是前期你出死神啊，就没有打到东西之后，你会发现就这样。为什么现在碧云只出3个死神？就是因为他知道多出2个死神，对吧？正面压制力稍微强一点，但是也没用。狗数好了之后，你这个死神完全没用。
He sees the third. He also gets a couple of Marine kills as well. So here Marine a little bit of miscontrol, didn't preserve all of his units, and that's a little bit dangerous because here Marine right now this drop is.
打到现在为止 ，Sola 已经占据一个场上的一个主动了。Hero Marine 根本就没有机会，现在没有机会打进来。
Yeah, and that would be pretty bad. The creep spread would be going out of control from that moment onwards.
4船兵，其实只有3船兵，还带了个坦克，应该是。那你这种投下来，坦克一架开来不就搞笑吗？啊，他架在这里，架在这里还行，至少没有那么搞笑。但是你有没有想过，你就这点部队？Sola 对于这种包抄的这种方式，他是非常的就打得非常好的。Sola 在拖自己的这个毒爆虫的速度，他觉得没有速度这个波包上虽然也能包掉，但是会有点亏。
Yeah, exactly. Again, with that
毒爆速度好了就可以上了。
trading quite well, but Solo is getting ready for that surround. Bailing speed is now done. As that happens, here Marine he dives into the main.
真的没多少部队，就这点部队。坦克也没操作去炸毒爆啊，炸了一炮。
Here Marine He's trying to squeeze out a little bit more value here out of this drop. Is going to be forced back. Did lose 1 medevac.
完全打不进去啊。
Unfortunately, and he is being cleaned up for the most part. Solo not losing too much here. He's actually droned up to 87.
这套战术为什么碧云用起来强？还有一个很大的一个原因，就是碧云很适合于这种小规模的这种操作。这个是碧云的一个打星际的一个特点。但 Hero 马运他不是这种很细节的这种操作型的选手，所以他打出来的威力没有那么大，他未必能够在这种局部的战场上在各种去占小便宜。
Yeah, but here he's been doing quite well. He cleared up a lot of creep here in the center of the map. He killed a hatchery towards the north side of the map as well. He is successfully pulling Solar apart, and this
这就是他的就现在打到现在为止，就是完全就模仿碧云的这套就是打法来走的，包括现在这2船冰骚正面推都是模仿碧云的打法。
Yeah, using the SimCity against Solar right now, using the EVA chambers to help give him a bit of a better position behind this mineral line. We do see 3 tanks being set up at the 4th base as well. Solar, can he keep up? He doesn't really have a lot of creep.
Yeah, even a swarm house being made there out of panic, it looks like. Okay, reasonable detonations. Not that many Marines left on these.
就打不进去啊。好了，正面要包了，正面要包了，不会让你部队汇合的，这一波肯定要包了。你正面其实没多少兵的，就一点点部队。
Yeah, and here we go. Solo is going for another surround on this location.
真的就一点点部队，没多少部队。
We have a secondary push being set up by Hero Marine. He is not letting up at all.
我靠，那么勇啊！说了，这种位置他居然都这样冲的，那一个拐角位置他都冲的，但无所谓了，的确兵多啊，的确兵多。
exactly. He's keeping Solar back at home as well. Solar, he hasn't been able to go for any kind of run by whatsoever. A lot of the creep is receding. We have some decent creep
重组
towards
玩
the
家都
north,
有
but
按
that's exactly where
按照
Heroin
速
is
组的
headed.
这种
He
习
gets
惯
caught。unsaged.
Okay, he just barely managed
这种冲法你不就不把河马当人吗？哪有这种冲的嘛？
Not as much of a solid position here anymore.
Yeah, only one tank remaining, but he did clean up a lot of the Ling Bane. Hydra against Marine isn't really what you want to be seeing here. So Solar, he has to be careful. He has to back off. He's losing a lot of his units, but he does push back here, Marine.
我靠，两个宿主立大功啊！一个宿主啊，
That is great.
那杀6个农民。
You know what? It never was a mistake. It always was supposed to be.
Exactly. It was all planned, all predetermined.
在这位置架开，你上下点位，不就又是一个完美的一个包抄位吗？
High IQ is what I was meant to say.
You know what? For people like us, like that is a lot of IQ. To be fair.
True. It's the reason why we're casters and we're not players. Okay.
说了没有选择冲啊，他现在尽量的守，尽量守。 然后一波部队绕出去换家。他妈行要塞换不动啊！
No, the planetary is done. Central base is going down as well. Here, Marine, he's gaining quite a lot here with this push.
The circling run by causing quite a bit of havoc here. The siege tank on his lonesome after the Marine.
这他妈好烦啊！这种飞蛇出来了。
Those are good trades there, full solar, and that's just kind of what he's looking for at the moment.
飞蛇出来的话，你这边坦克就没用了。
He's still looking pretty sharp, even with those siege tanks going down. He's managed to kind of reinforce.
其实这个时间点是可以正面突破的，因为你有飞蛇的情况下，坦克就已经结束了。他包抄，包了。飞蛇出来了，这个就随便打了。
The Vipers.
但是毒爆被点完了，我靠！我靠，撞了一个！我当头撞了一个。但河马兵很多，继续接，这才是河马的风格。对，这种才是河马的风格，依靠暴兵去接死对方，那就不把河马当人，你知道吗？这种。
Anyway, here he is. Mousy Sports Blue Terran. It is Hero Marine. Look at how big that gate is.
Oh, it's massive.
It would be funny if we have a tiny player camera. That's
in the bottom right hand corner for onside we have Solar.
It's a bad habit I have.
It's okay. It's okay. We're supposed to talk. We're casters.
We are.
Yeah.
As long as it's friendly banter, you know. It's all fine. It's all fine.
Once
again, here Marine is going for the 2 racks.
李培南，你妈的，现在应该苦思冥想好吗？他怎么可能来直播间看比赛嘛？他看个锤子比赛。好好想想，这待会怎么打？待会输了又要被人喷了，喷完妈又要哭了，我操！
Well, it looks like it's once again on that low ground. I don't think it has to become that double barracks play here, does it?
True. Yeah. You're not wrong. So he's going for a different variation. This is looking like a 1-1 opener. Gumiho has been doing this special as well, where you go for the factory instead.
Yeah, you do have that ramp there. I feel like that constricts it a little bit more so. And then it feels less bad to have a factory in your
这把就是非常标准的一个单兵开矿了，这就对了嘛。河马辗转之后，终于发现自己最适合自己的打法是什么了。
He's even going for a Marine first, not a Reaper. On top of that, I believe he also didn't go for an SCV Scout, so a very much greedier opener, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not having sound here, am I?
房子是打不死的，上面有一个地方可以躲。我靠，他直接飞兵营过来打，他是不是人？
Hopefully.
Yeah, for sure.
有一说一，这个第一个房子被这样打掉的话，对于虫族来说是一件心里面极为不爽的事情。如果是打天梯的话，说了就直接一波了。打比赛他只能忍着，没办法。
It's an official tournament. We gotta do delays, and yeah, sometimes stuff happens.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes we just don't want the music to get in the way of our voices, because that's what really matters
That's
here.
the important thing. I agree with you fully.
Oh god, we do see here Marine going for his low ground 1-1 opener into his CC. As we mentioned earlier, no SCV.
不要再问黄旭东去哪了，我操，你妈黄旭东不在嘛？
This is something you can do
烦死了。
specifically. Unlike Ragnarok, unlike Dark Solar, he isn't really one to go for like early roaches and early roach aggression, so you can cut some corners against him at times.
Yep. I like the Cyclone here as well. Extra safe from Hero Marine. I think I've once casted a game fully muted and then nobody noticed. It was a short game, to be fair, but yeah. As long as you keep talking and you're loud, you know, it's like your sound, people.
导弹车啊，这导弹车是个什么？它导弹车骚扰。那如果投导弹车出门的话，那就等于是只能去打点房子。你正面是没有威力的导弹车。
By the way, perchance, do you? Oh god. As we are getting into this, and the Cyclone is a really interesting addition. We have a medevac being
4个枪兵，1个导弹车啊，这样的一个方式骚扰。
Oh my god!
Oh baby, all right.
家里面转大河。
He's taking plays from everyone's book. Very cool to see.
他妈这是什么打法呀？这是。
He's the most recent runner-up of the ESL Masters Summer, of course, second only to Cyril. So
不过说了，女王不停的，我觉得应该没有问题。他女王不停，女王多，你一个大河不可能打得进去，也占不到什么便宜。
Yeah. Oh dear. All right, trying a little bit of a draw play. Queens are at the ready. It's a bit of a waddle for them to get that med effect, but
兴奋剂刚才是升了之后，然后再退的，有可能要打一个接化。
Yes, they will. But again, the distraction is real here from Here Marine. We have that BC on the way, but no, the link.
哇靠，全部看到了。
Don't look, Mr. Zerkling. Look away. You'll ruin it.
Well, I'm not decent with it. Here Marine has been caught.
我都不明白他有下面就基地下面有4个火车，是狗是怎么上得来的
？An amazing scout for Solar, by the way. A bit of a lapse, unfortunate for Here Marine. He wasn't able to deny the scout, and Solar he's now fully aware of the BC.
Ooh, yeah, that could be scary. The lair up, and that will provide him with a lovely spire here. And that spire will provide him with some lovely
还是生化部队
and that will well most likely get.
但现在给 Sola 的感觉是有点像接化。防空板都下好了，这第一个大河是没有任何意义的，打不进东西。
There's no way you cannot go for battle cruisers anymore, right? You're dedicated to that attack, and well, there's still a little bit away. If he teleports in with that battle cruiser, which is what they usually do with the first one, there we go. All right.
Oh yeah, he's going to be joining forces here with the push of the Hellions and the Cyclones as well. The Spire isn't done quite yet, but we have plenty of Queens in position. The first BC is forced back. What's important to bear in mind is that BCs are
说了，这个防法明显就是去防机械化这种防法。如果是生化部队的话，说了会先把1攻1防点起来，就你就算要出蟑螂，也要把1攻1防点起来。刚才河马是退了一下兴奋剂啊，这个就是应该是骗了一下Sola，而且按照Sola所看到的东西，大河导弹车、火车，他就觉得你这个出这个机械化的可能性比较大，然后打算用蟑螂和腐化来守。到现在为止，我认为啊，现在为止其实Sola还是不知道对方的这个科技到底是什么。到底走的是生化部队还是机械化
for the time being. We have a Baliness on the way as well, so it looks like again Solar has recognized that it is going to be bioplay from his opponent. He's getting ready for that. Thankfully here Marine, because he got scouted, he didn't overinvest into the BCs. He only has 1. He didn't get Yamato, he didn't produce additional BCs, recognizing that it wouldn't really do too much damage, so he's respecting his opponent quite a bit, recognizing that he won't be able to snowball out of control with those battle cruisers.
不过Sola有一个毒爆虫巢，这个毒爆虫，飞龙啊，那就不一样啦。这个飞龙还是很关键的。但你这飞龙9条飞龙能打得死这个大河吗？他直接去了。 这边撞到了，那不能去了呀。哎，哎呀，没有血的运输机被搞了一船。啊，大河可以飞了。哎，这个很伤啊，被搞一船运输机，在这个时间点。哇，还要被烧。河马嘛，这种绝逼是出师不利啊。龙狗毒爆这个体系现在已经没有什么虫族用了，因为现在的人族打飞龙都打得很好。反正我看 Sola 也好久没用了，他基本上就是赤蛇狗毒爆，龙狗毒爆非常少。
We have 1-1 on the way, Baneling's on the way as well, but Hirming has been quite active with his forces. Not too much though, not like the previous game. He's not going for any kind of major tank pushes, just because his tank production was delayed.
这李培南，不，李培南打飞龙也挺强的，你们不要黑他。
Okay, apparently we're gonna get sound in a moment as well, so we're all gonna be good again. Oh, okay. I'm focusing again. Here we are. That is a lot of Marines stimming on forwards in a moment. As soon as the
这个其实我觉得随便包啊，随便包一下就结束了。但是是不是包早了？也行吧，也行吧，也行吧。没有操作空间吧？感觉。只要有毒爆在就没有问题啊。飞龙可以继续的去骚扰，正面军坦是现在非常关键，要扑一下的。正面军坦。
With that, he forces here Marine back. What's important though is that Solo needs to focus on re-spreading that creep. We saw what could happen on Gressvan if here Marine is able to.
说来到现在为止，这运营还是相当的舒服的。5矿，然后82个农民。
It's nice that the siege tanks are gone. Right, I'm saying that they're the important unit because they allow you.
他这个飞龙其实，如果是为了出了为了去打这个大河的话，还不如出腐化。你腐化对吧？大河和这个运输机啊都能够打得比飞龙快。这点飞龙只要有一个防空，基本上是没有骚扰空间的。
Yeah, they are the anchor units for the Terran army. At least one of, you got tanks, you got wind mines as well as. Oh my God, we can hear again.
Oh, how wonderful!
I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to lay off on the music for now. We're gonna have to put a hold on performing
yes.
for us. So good.
Actually, I kind of liked it without the sound.
又是这个位置，又是同样的一个包抄的方式。这波毒爆很多，毒爆很多。完了，这个毒爆太多了。好，飞龙追运输机。其实可以 A 上去的，他为什么不 A 上去呢？啊，又出8条飞龙，啊，真应该出腐化，而且你这个时间点，对吧？你这些飞龙，你就算再多10条好了，给你再多10条，你的飞龙也很难有骚扰的空间。然后在这个时间点 ，Sola 也没有把这个中间的军坦再铺出去，中间军坦一定要铺出去，那块空白的地方一定要填上。你不填的话，这个局面有可能一波没冲好了，可能会输的。
Speaking of scouting for army movement, it looks like they do come across the battle cruiser. This BC has been alive the entire game and will survive as well. Shout out to here Marine. He cares about his battle cruisers. He's been preserving it this entire time.
Yeah, which is cool. Cool to see. Always lovely to have those battle cruisers around because it is just an ridiculous amount of value.
看那么多飞龙，河马应该续2个雷神，我觉得续2个雷神可能效果会更好一些。你看他永远就河马永远在这个位置上跟你打。又冲，我们看一下，趁人族立足未稳。 这波冲亏了呀，冲亏了呀！我跟你说了，这个地方如果不把军团铺起来，你一波冲亏，可能人要没了。完了呀，说了。
Moving forward, stimming in. Those drones are going to have to get evacuated. Zergling spawning in that location as well, of course, but instantly shot down. Couple of boys moving downwards further south. There's another hatchery he can pick off here. As long as those Mutalisks don't get involved. Those blasted Mutalisk. Alright, here's something. Moving up further north.
They do clean up at least that drop.
这你妈毒爆怎么可能打得下来嘛？纵深那么好。
Good position. We can see Solar being forced back.
Supplies aren't looking that great for Solar. He seems to be bleeding out a little bit. Again, a nice teleport there from the battle cruiser just to get itself.
苏拉现在也不敢冲啊，他这波毒爆冲完就输了。
Very cool to see him utilizing that rather than just an immediate.
这妈这种就是龙狗毒爆经典死法。 河马现在已经可以用枪兵去滚毒爆了，只要不中那种大满贯，我觉得就没有问题。3个坦克对吧？还有一些光头，稍微把枪兵先提前拉一下，然后就等着这个索尔来冲就好了。来，你来，不要中大满贯，就随便打。 结束了。GG。